welcome back. I hope this week you've been praying more, reading more. We've been talking about building success in our homes, our marriages, our entire life. And today we're going to talk about thoughts. It's occurred to me this week. My mind just seems to race and go and contemplate everything. And it occurred to me, I need to think less and pray more. And that goes right back to our being instant in prayer. So today's first verse I want to cover is in Mark 12, verse 30. And it says, and this is Jesus speaking, "And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind and with all thy strength." This is the first commandment. I just want to concentrate on that one, that we're supposed to love the Lord thy God with all of our mind. That means what we think, how we think. We need to control our thoughts. We need to think less, pray more. So this verse is also found in Luke 10:27. It's also found in Matthew 22, verses 37 through 38. But we are to love the Lord our God with all of our mind. So how do we do that? Let's scoot over to Proverbs 16:3. And it says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." So how do we commit? How do we get our thoughts established? We commit our works. We commit all of our ways unto the Lord, and he will establish our thoughts. He already knows everything that we think. He understands our thoughts. In Psalm 139:2, it says just that. "Thou knowest my sitting down, my rising up. Thou understands my thought afar off." He understands what you're thinking. He hears what you're thinking. He knows what you're thinking. Some of our thinking is not good, and we need to change it. If you're experiencing negative thinking about yourself, about your life, about your marriage, about your family, about your job, about the condition of the world, so we have to think about things. We have to think about our work, our bills, our chores, laundry. We have to think about what's going on in the world, and we need to stand up for what is right. But how are we thinking about those things? Is our outcome doom and gloom, or do we have hope? Philippians 4, verses 6 through 8 says this: "Be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God, and the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things." So we need to be trusting God, bringing everything to him instant in prayer with thanksgiving, not being anxious about things. It's hard with everything going on right now and just normal everyday life, not to be anxious and worry about things, but we need to be giving those to God in everything by prayer. We talked about that verse, being instant in prayer, but in everything we need to be praying. If we're having anxieties about catching some virus out there, if we're having anxieties that the world's market is going to crash, if we're having anxieties because we're worried that our spouse is doing something they shouldn't be doing, or our kids are doing what they shouldn't be doing, or I can't keep up with anything in life. Whatever our thoughts are that plague us, we need to be instant in prayer. So if something's bothering you, tell God about it. He already knows what's going on, but he wants to hear from you. He wants you to ask him to take care of that problem. So with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And then the peace comes in our minds, in our spirits. That peace can come over and take control of our mind. Time and time again, I have things that come at me. My mind just races and tries to figure things out. But God's peace can come in when I commit that to him, and I pray about that, and I give it to him. And then he goes on to tell me the things to think about, to contemplate about, that I need to change that channel, to not be when you're driving in your car and some song comes on or an advertisement comes on and you're just like, I've heard that song a million times, I don't want to hear it again. you change that channel. Or when TV comes on and some show comes up that you don't want to hear or you don't want to watch, you change that channel and find something else. We've got to do the same thing in our minds. So when we have negative thoughts that come, we say, okay, I need to change my thinking, commit my ways to God, pray about them, and now think on these things. Whatsoever things are true and honest and just and pure and lovely and of good report, think on these things. It's difficult, but the more you practice it, the more you trust God, the more you talk to God, the easier it becomes. So think this week, think on these things. When something negative is coming at you, there can be a positive outcome when you trust God. So think on these things this week. Have a good week.